Despite what YouTube and Facebook will probably say, I'm playing this mofo, and there's a damn thing they can do about it. Let's get it.
He doesn't belong here.
But the main thing is, you bunch of fuckers, despite the provocation from the cavalry, no fighting. Right.
Oi.
No fighting. No fucking fighting.
No.
No fighting.
No
fucking
fighting.
Good. Get the fucking...
All right, listen up, guys. We got this new wrestler, Trick Williams. We're trying to separate him from his current partner, Carmelo Hayes, and we need a theme song that's really going to deliver and give him that push as a single star. What are we thinking? I brought in my boy to lay down a beat, and I'm just going to let you guys decide the rest. So why don't you drop that beat?
Hey, Jessica. How's your beaver?
Good. Great. How's your beaver?
Busy as ever. Our characters had
Tides as I wave them goodbye, you can't swim tsunamis. This beat's getting flipped acrobatically, bitch, I'm catching bodies. Loaded up, I'm a son of a gun, pistol whipping everyone who is not in my caliber. Verbal bullets get to flying on automatic, you can dodge if you are not a challenger. I revolve around and orbit the earth, you not planted anywhere on my calendar. Smith's words in the west and on leap years, I'm out sniping these lines out in Africa. Desert Eagle, gas and chambers within your cerebral. Semi-democratic, even Mike Pence couldn't second or amend. Bars this lethal, fuck peace. They in the Middle East for the oil, root of evil, blood on the flag, they Bin Laden. So who's saying that it's not about the soil? I recoil cause I'm not one to politic. If I don't get voted in office, I'm done with the remix and paying these homages. Cause I don't see no other candidate fit for position with this type of confidence. Who came in the game off the bench and been killing these people and ain't got a scholarship. Just to be honest, when most of the comments is positive, negative feedback is fuel to achieve more accomplishments. Hoping they don't put a sock in it, please do the opposite, fan the flame. Fuck if they don't, I'ma add my own opposite.
I believe in my heartache, and I believe in your heartache. We have London and Paris and Tokyo, America, Scotland and Canada and Mexico. I believe in your handbrake. I believe in the heartache.
Stomp my heat, dump in the streets, jump, you don't want war. I knew the time when I was wanted by them Keystone cops for keeping the hardcore music in the streets so hot. We never focus on the don't haves, cause we have not. I put the focus on the vocab, now we have not. I grew up the hood to the music game, the rugged sound, and went from state to state with microphones busting it down. A lot of people really hate.
Oh my God. I feel good. I feel warm and tingly inside. We got people in Cologne, Italy, singing the praises of the Viper tonight. And yet, I am almost certain, guaranteed, that both YouTube, Facebook, and who knows, probably Twitter will probably get a little angry about the fact that I'm just going against their protocol, going against their rule, going against their infamous caution flag. Guess what, jackasses? This is how it stands. We play because we want to win. And the fact is that that's exactly the mindset everybody's having. Welcome to Smashin, Stackin, and Slappin with the Captain. I am your host, Captain Ford, a.k.a. El Capitan, a.k.a. the Captain Ron Johnson. Welcome Good evening to one and all. It is a pleasure to sit here and see everybody here. In fact, I give everybody exactly what they deserve. Unlike John Cena, who had some pretty choice words for, well, everybody. Let's just keep it as gay as we can. John Cena took a lot of things to heart over the last couple of years, it looks like. And I'm going to try something different here because of the fact that everybody has this thing and they want to do this thing and this, that, and the other. And here's where I stand. I'm going to play it, but I'm not going to show it because I could see it. But in the interest, oh, what the fuck am I thinking? Let me just go with it because the fact is that YouTube does the same thing that he is practically testifying about. This past Monday on Raw in Brussels, Belgium, on Netflix, and the fact is that this is exactly what we asked for years. That little thing that you saw in the intro, that wasn't just an insult, that was a fact. Because if it had not been for those people in the Hammerstein Ballroom, those fans, those loyal, bloodthirsty fans that I respect and love more than anything else at ECW, basically chanting "F you Cena," or as we have all come to call here on the Smashin cast, "Fuck you, Cena." We would have seen what we saw in Brussels when the same chant kind of made its way through. And we go right now. Good day, sir. Yeah, it was necessary. Now, John Cena said a lot during his little, probably one of his best pipe bombs he's ever unleashed. And yes, I did a couple of weeks ago sit here and actually ask the infamous question of, was this what we were getting? Is this what we're going to have? Is this what's happening right now, right here? It probably pretty much was, because the fact is that everybody was saying that this is what they wanted. And here's the problem. Here's the biggest problem that we have with that. Is that John Cena wasn't lying. Mickey, welcome to the show there, brah. Bleacher Brothers' biggest fan, biggest supporter. Mickey is in the house with us tonight. And let's just call it what it was. We all have been sitting here begging, dying, pleading for John Cena to go heel. He finally goes heel, and now people are salty about it. Now, I can understand people have a little certain way of putting everything. He sat here this, and he's getting ready to retire at the end of the year, and all this madness, and blah blah blah. Here's the biggest thing y'all have to understand: John Cena did exactly what you asked for in his final act in WWE, and y'all mad about it. I just don't. Oh. No. Tell me you're kidding, Joe. Tell me you're kidding. Tell me that's a joke. Tell me that is a joke. No. We do have breaking news here, courtesies of Joe Quills of the Bleacher Brothers Sports Network. Now, I'm pretty sure I'm about to get that update too. Ladies and gentlemen, I have the tragic news of putting this up here, and I'm not a big fan of it, but it happened. The other half of the Thriller in Manila, the man who literally was busy selling grills and taking care of his children, but was pretty much still a good boxer, has now met his most worthy adversary and his close friends in heaven. as they will bots for God, as boxing Hall of Famer, big George Foreman has passed away at the age of 76. I, it's rather surreal that I decided to do the slamming, stacking, and slapping casts on Fridays, which we're going to be doing now. It's rather ironic that I decided to do them tonight, and then just now we are getting this late breaking news courtesies. No, no, no. It's not a matter of killing the mood. It's the fact of we get to honor arguably one of the greatest boxers of all time, a man who probably, literally, was not probably picked to be a world champion because of his size, but he's also the man who went toe to toe with Ali and what Don King and pretty much everybody else knows as the Thriller in Manila. And it was rather fun. It was rather good. It was impressive. And I am all here for it. And I got to thank my boy Joe for bringing this up. And I'm going to actually sit here and see if I can get him to come and join the party momentarily, because he's pretty much in that age group that I am, where he will actually, kind of, he'll actually put some chime in on this mess that's pretty much transpired and happened. And our thoughts and our prayers, our condolences goes out to the Foreman family and to the legendary George Foreman himself, because the fact is, this man was a monster. He was badass, and it was downright phenomenal. So we'll probably be having Joe Quills on momentarily. I also I'm calling out Rock and Reese, because we're also getting close to WrestleMania. And the ironic part about this is that while we're trying to get off topic here, there was a portion of John Cena's promo that actually sat here and hit me like a ton of bricks. And I kind of wanted to be able to sit here and actually kind of play the audio portion, because again, they have this thing. They have this thing where they like to flag everything. So I'm gonna do my best to sit here and try to play as much as I can. And we're gonna keep the George Foreman one up there momentarily. So here, Cody actually got to confront John Cena on Raw, because, quite frankly, we felt like John Cena had been ducking and jiving his ass since Elimination Chamber. So here's what Cody had to say. To kill a pipe bomb, sometimes you have to be the guy who's willing to put his finger on the fuse. And that's exactly what Cody Rhodes did. Calling John Cena a whiny bitch in front of the world, in front of this crowd, that sellout crowd in Brussels, Belgium, in front of the world. That was treated just as much as Cena's pipe bomb has been made as memes. And I like it. I like it wholeheartedly, because it works well for him. But here's the thing that gets me the most about it, and I could be an asshole for saying it. Nope, scratch that. I am going to be an asshole for saying it. People are complaining about the fact that they're asking themselves, why, John, why? John Cena pretty much has been doing this. He's hinted at it. You've wanted him to do it. But yet, after he does it, y'all are pissed. Y'all are whiny. Y'all are bitchy. Y'all are salty. It makes no damn sense. I don't understand it. Don't take me wrong. I expect it better. I expect it better because of the simple fact that fans have been wanting John Cena to sit here and turn heel for a while. In fact, I believe in the Thriller Manila, Ali was pretty much trying to make Foreman the villain, and that it pretty much leading up to that entire show. And granted, Don King is not on the show tonight, but I'm pretty sure he would be feeling damn good about the fact that he built this show up, that he built this up as good as he could, and those of us who are fans of the old school wrestling, boxing, football, hockey, all this, hearing about George Foreman would probably sit here and be something that we were hoping wouldn't happen. It is the equivalent of hearing about Betty White's passing. Let's be realistic here. Because everybody kind of thought in their heads that, like, after the Golden Girls actually officially ended, that Betty White was kind of just going to drift off into the sunset. But in fairness, oh, hello, Joe.
Hello.
Ladies and gentlemen, I got the boy himself. I got the smooth operator, the ladies' man himself, the pie eater of Philadelphia, the the guy that basically everybody on Broad Street, drunk or otherwise, says is pretty fly for a white guy. Joe Quills. I got him here with me. And Joe, you didn't kill the mood. I will say this right now. You didn't kill the mood. It was more of the lines of, you brought that up, and I was just kind of, and it started making me think of automatically the Thriller Manila fight between Ali and Foreman. It thought about me think about that last fight he had when he won that world title, and everybody thought he was going to lose that title. This young kid was going to just run roughshod over him, run circles around him, and he just drops him with a nice little 2-piece, and the man hits the ground, and the kid hits the ground. There are memories of George Foreman from the commercials where I literally look at it and I hear those words, I guarantee. And then there are, of course, those moments where he was actually in that boxing ring. For George Foreman to basically prove the point that he really truly is that underdog at the age that he fought that fight in, you had people that were sitting here talking their smack. You had people that were sitting there running their mouths. You had people that were going crazy. But the thing was that George Foreman is an every kind of man. He pretty much was our version of Dusty Rhodes. If I can just put that in comparison, because it's George Foreman. It's big George Foreman. Hearing Michael Buffer say that when he was saying, and I'm gonna see if I can actually find that clip, because I actually want to be able to like post up that ending, and it's big. But what is your thoughts on the passing of the legendary George Foreman?
Yeah, that came out of nowhere, and but he was 76 years old. He had a full life. He had 18 million kids named George.
Right.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just gotta roll with George, right?
And he also had a short-lived sitcom on ABC, I believe.
He did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Go ahead.
he knew.
I mean,
he knew how to market himself with the TV show, with his grill and everything else.
I'm almost certain that everybody named Mama has a George Foreman grill. So
I even have one.
I actually believe, I think we actually owned one lifetime ago. We're probably gonna end up owning another one just on principle, because those grills pretty much make some really good burgers. I'm sorry, but I like that grill. That grill has been a godsend for a lot of things in my lifetime. So I can't. Great businessman, great athlete, great fighter, and the knockout I was actually referring to, the one I was actually talking about, actually was this guy right here, and it was beautiful. So, if you have never learned who George Foreman is, we're going to show you who George Foreman is, was, or forever will be. The ultimate underdog, in my opinion, before Rey Mysterio became the ultimate underdog. Here you go. I want people to understand how big that moment was.
Mhm.
George Foreman was not picked to win this fight. George Foreman wasn't even picked to sit here and last past, I believe, two or three rounds. They took this thing to distance, and at 45 years old, that man on that screen actually sat here and became the world heavyweight champion. To be that guy at 45, I mean, let's be realistic here. When Tyson previously sat here and came and sat here and got out of prison and had his first fight, it was like beautiful. It was monumental, and it was definitely worth it. Tyson showed that he still got it. Granted, after that, all the crazy stuff that happened with the biting and the BS with Jake Paul, but that look right there was one of those what the just happened moments that only George Foreman would have been able to sit here and do, and I just flat out love it. I love it flat out. Right? That's great, right? Oh! I was like, Michael! That didn't. But that's just, at least for me, that's just one memory I have of George Foreman. I mean, yeah, we could spend the whole hour going nuts about this one, but like it for me, the biggest thing for me is the fact that when you think of boxing legends, Ali obviously is the top of that list. Ali, Foreman, Smoking Joe Frazier is on that one. Larry Holmes, Ken Norton, Mike Tyson, the old Mike Tyson, not this bitch made one that basically stepped into that ring about a couple of months ago. But I think about all that, and it's like we're losing legends left to right and left to right. And yep, there it is. There, yep, sure enough. I was waiting for that notification to come through. But if you've had some kind of memory of Mike Tyson and what he used to do and all that good jazz, if you have a good memory, like please, by all means, share it. We are not we are not going to discriminate or anything like that. If you're just coming up to sit here and troll and talk your smack and talk your shit, do yourself a favor and just leave. Just get the hell out of here at this very point, because tonight is about wrestling. It is. I'm not going to sit here and blow smoke. I basically called this that for a reason, but I like to be able to have fun. I like to be able to sit here and just be around people and just enjoy these moments. And I will also prove to Joe that he didn't kill the mood, and to be honest, he really didn't, because this was probably one of the best things that I could see here.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping they basically had the announcement somewhere in there. So maybe this was it. Here we go.
At 2 minutes, 3 seconds of round number 10, the winner, and once again, heavyweight champion of the world, Big George
So that's kind of where I stand on it and everything that's here and transpired. It was when it comes to watching George Foreman do what he does best. I mean, George Foreman was a big guy. We're
Yeah,
not going to lie, but George Foreman still had them punches. He still
yeah,
had stuff to go with that, and that's what got the most on this. And what what gets me the most about it is knowing full well that I was alive when some of the greatest legends in both wrestling and boxing were able to actually step up to the plate and actually do what they do best. So I kick back and enjoy this.
yeah.
So, um, but what's your what's your thought, Joe? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I
I was sitting there thinking, all right, wait, he's trying to share something. Start sharing. That's what I was
no,
thinking.
I'm not. No, I'm not sharing anything. No, what's happening is that I have you pretty much on pretty much right now, and then I have my TikTok family sitting here talking shit
Oh, okay.
like they normally do when I go live. And that's
Okay.
my fault because somebody requested me to go live so they could talk shit. And apparently she sucks it down as much as she sucks in the bed. But that's besides the point. I ain't gonna sit here and knock her for it.
Yeah. I mean, you take a look at that fight. I mean, you could see that his punches weren't that fast, but they were so heavy. His hands were so heavy that boom, knocked him out.
In any event. But this is a wrestling show. And we pretty much sat here and went through Raw. NXT was pretty much a clusterfuck. It was. What I can basically say is that NXT probably is going to get a little interesting, especially with this stand and deliver season. So we have that going on. We have that happening. And what gets me the most about that one is that we didn't get what we wanted as far as the Royal Rumble goes. Because we saw Carmelo, but we were all hoping that if they were going to do all the shit with Trick Williams, that he was basically going to hit the main roster. So I don't know why the hell they're still keeping on NXT, especially with Oba being NXT champion and shit, already going past everybody. It has to come full circle for that. That's my first point on that one. The second one I'm going to have is that this new faction, this Shield 2.0, because I'm not going to even try to even mention who the hell these jagoffs are. They're doing good. They're putting noise, but it's not really doing shit for me. And that's what's bugging me.
Hmm.
So maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just crazy. Maybe I'm just losing it. But I guess if you're basically on the road to WrestleMania, stand and deliver, all in, I feel like AEW won this week. And how they won would probably I I I don't know how much of a wrestling fan you are.
I'm trying to get back into it.
Oh, worry, I'm about to help you in the best way I possibly can because everybody pretty much knows what the hell happened. And, and if you have not seen it, folks, if you have not see Adam Copeland, who many would know as Edge from
Hmm.
WWE form, introduced us a few months ago to somebody named Spike. Now, if you have not seen Spike, you're about to meet Spike, and I gotta tell you, Spike always gets their man.
Well, Mox is setting up that table. Oh my God, no. Oh, into the midsection of Moxley. Look at the eyes. Look at the face of Cope. Oh, no. Watch out. Oh, good God.
Come on, you can do better, Adam.
He's positioned. Oh, my God. You got to be kidding me.
Oh, yeah!
Stuck his back. What's it is? Pull out of his back. Oh, look at that. Pull out.
if people are trying to wonder, you ain't got a strong stomach. Yes, those are nails. Yes, they're in his back, and yes, they are stuck. Just seeing the
Yeah.
look on Joe's face is actually cracking me the hell up. I'm sorry.
The funny thing is, as I was writing my articles and I was seeing that you were on, so I pulled up the Bleacher Brothers Twitch so I can mod it in case anybody starts spamming. That was
Right.
one of the last things I saw on Facebook stories before I pulled up the Bleacher Brothers page.
That's the biggest thing is that everybody knew, everybody saw this, and they were like, "What the hell?" Even Tommy Dreamer, ECW and Street, the Godfather of Hardcore, saw that he was, and even he had to turn his head away. I
Mhm.
showed this thing. I showed that clip to my wife, and she was like, "That was the look she had." It just
Mhm.
was like, "What the hell did she just witness?" It was literally like that, to say the least. It made me crack the hell up on it.
Mhm.
And I know a lot of people are going to be kind of like, okay, AEW's going too far. No, they're not going too far. They're setting something up. They're building up a story. This is the equivalent. This is basically how AEW felt about John Cena turning heel at Elimination Chamber.
Mhm.
That's what happened.
Mhm.
You're welcome. Are you actually able to drive? I guess that's the bigger question. You say driving school is almost over, but now I'm just kind of like curious now. Just to say that, OG.
Well,
Um,
I mean, I gotta go to the DMV tomorrow.
Thankfully, I don't. I just have to basically just go to work,
Well,
and I should be good with that.
I had a failed trip to get my real ID on Tuesday
How did you have a failed trip? We know it's really you,
because my ID says that I am in apartment 213,
and you're not.
and the bill that I had said GC 213, so it didn't match exactly, and it was the only bill that I had on me, so they wouldn't take me.
So
They wouldn't.
I'm asking this honest question then, Joe. Would you be this in this? Knowing exactly the bullshit regime that we have in the White House, should we expect ICE to come busting through the door and try to drag your ass to Pittsburgh?
No, I'm a real American.
What? Fight for the rights of every man?
Well, that could be my campaign song. Even though, even though I'm not Republican, you know, I could use it in my own special way. Even though I'm more of a do things on my own, you know.
OG, I'm gonna sit here. I'm gonna tell you like this one there, my brother. You may be able to drive in empty parking lots, but doing donuts in parking lots during the snow does not count.
But
Or
yeah,
maybe I'm having flashbacks.
so I already have my wireless bill here for them. I'm also going to print up a credit card bill, the first page.
You know, you can always just give them the finger and say, give me my fucking real ID so I can get the hell out
Yeah,
of here." Nobody
yeah,
ever likes going to the DMV.
yeah.
I'm just almost certain. Show of hands. Anybody like going to the DMV?
Hmm.
Anyone? 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 Anyone?
Well,
No? There we go.
especially this time of year where even during the week I had to wait almost 2 hours to get in the door of the place.
That should tell you something right there, bud. If
But
nothing else.
but would you rather do it now and stand there for 2 hours,
Yeah.
or wait till the Friday before it becomes live and stand there for 6 to 8 hours?
Well, I have decided that I'm actually going to say I'm a hold on it at least until I actually get my check and just be good with that.
Yeah.
It's kind of one of those things of where I'm going, do I really want to go this far? Do I want to do this? Do I want to do that? And I guess the biggest thing for me is, why do I actually feel that need to be able to do this? Was like, and last time I checked, I'm about as American as they come. I just don't agree with most of the Americans here.
Mm-hmm.
Reason why most of the things that we do on this channel, aka in the bleachers right there on YouTube,
Mm-hmm.
may not make much sense.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess my biggest thing, and maybe, and again, maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me. But the very fact that we're sitting here, we're going to the tail end of free agency, we're getting ready for the draft coming up. We've had March madness because again, I'll say it like I said it a few days ago before the tournament even started. If you didn't pick a number 12 in this tournament, you are going to chuck your bracket into the river.
Well, my bracket's already in the river, but
Why the hell is your bracket already in the river?
I got a bunch of first round losses
How do you have how? How?
because I was using my brain of analytics. Now, not analytics as people say, but
Right.
just bouncing numbers in my head and putting things together and coming to an answer.
You picked Kansas over Arkansas, didn't you?
No, I picked Arkansas.
Creighton?
I had Louisville.
How about McNeese State?
I had the other team. I had Clemson.
What? You know Clemson's a football school. They don't give a rat's ass about their damn basketball team.
I know, but McNeese State, their coaches go to NC State on Sunday.
Yes, but for at least for once, the Louisiana schools have been running March Madness.
Mm-hmm.
I will say this. I actually was shocked that I actually picked McNeese State because usually I pick at least 112 to actually
Mm-hmm.
advance to the next round. And yet, this was the one time I was like, okay, McNeese State ain't really hadn't doing that good, but it's Clemson. I can't see Clemson doing shit else except for
Mm-hmm.
having giant boozing redneck hillbilly orgies. I can't see them doing anything else,
Mm-hmm.
but they did.
I'm just looking here. I did have Colorado State, so that was my 12.
That was your 12.
Yeah, I also had Cal San Diego. They lost to Michigan.
Well, I mean, at least we got something.
Mm-hmm. But all four of my Final Four teams are still alive, which usually I lose one the first round, no matter what it is.
Which is actually makes sense because
Mm-hmm.
I'm almost certain I would have probably had lost. I'm almost certain I probably would. Let's see, all my Final Fours are still like intact.
Mm-hmm.
So at least in that sense, I'm actually good. I'm happy about that.
Mm-hmm.
But since this is becoming something, because we know SmackDown is going on right now. As far as I know, CM Punk, Seth Rollins, and Roman Reigns were all there. But again, I'm not going to show them just to make somebody feel better. But I am going to call out somebody because I have to. Because I'm going to be as honest as I can. I'm going to keep this a buck. I have, between myself and my missus, I have 6 children total. I have a 6-pack. I'm good with my 6-pack. I ain't gonna say I'm ready to be a grandfather, but I am damn sure not ready to basically run that again. So I gotta call out somebody that we know very well. Tell me if this guy looks familiar to you, Joe.
Is that Tyreek Hill?
Yeah.
I heard the news about him.
And this will work out well.
Yes, excellent.
Why? Somebody please find Tariq Hill and just it doesn't take much. Get like a doctor with you and just snip. Just cut that son of a bitch so that way he can stop literally creating his own little army. You got 12 kids.
Mm-hmm.
Like you know what? hang on. You know what? I'm I'm going old school.
But
And
but if
we
he's going to have a vasectomy, this week is the perfect week because all the guys do it so they can watch the NCAA basketball tournament with a bag of peas, numbing their nuts for a couple of days.
uh,
And
really?
mhm.
No, 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 no. I'm gonna need Mike McDaniel to basically sit here and do what he did in this clip, just so that way we can sit here and just get right. So here we go.
Hill has a new baby mama. Jesus Christ, he's got 10,000 career yards and 12 children. The guy is as fast as a cheetah, and he's one of the best receivers in the NFL. But the man averages around one child every 800 yards. That stat tells you all you need to know. Tyreek is a great route runner, but he needs to work on his pullout game. And that's going to be the main focus of the Miami Dolphins during training camp.
Did I say more? Need I say more? Let's be honest. Tyreek Hill, work on your fucking pullout game, bruv. 13? 13? And you want to work on 13? We need Pat McAfee to come out of retirement for 5 minutes, set up a good kick, and punt Tyreek Hill straight in the balls. Just fits him, period.
And
like that is all we need. Tyreek Hill needs to more worry about what he's going to do on the field than what he's going to do off of it.
And the other thing I suggest is that he does not use Antonio Cromartie's doctor to get a vasectomy.
Maybe not Antonio Cromartie's, maybe not Antonio Brown's, maybe not even Antonio Strickland's. Because let's keep this a buck. Any doctor that basically has to deal with Antonio's as far as that department goes probably is not going to like what comes next.
Well, I mean, Antonio Cromartie did have a vasectomy, and then
yep,
yeah, that's where I was going.
I get where you were going. Don't get me wrong, but if you basically, the one good blessing for me is that I cannot have kids because my other half cannot have kids, and just as long as I don't go there, like Aaron Rodgers, I'll be good. Oh, just so people know, because we might as well make it an NFL one just for the fuck of it. Aaron Rodgers was touted to basically join the Giants. This is how bad you are at your job that your job is saying, yeah, we're good. The worst team in the NFC, which would be the New York Giants in some cases, chose to sign Jameis Winston as their quarterback over Aaron Rodgers. I want you to nail it down. Brock Purdy still has a job. Jameis Winston has a job. Sam Darnold. Hell, Daniel Jones, who didn't even play in the second half of the season, has a job. Carson Wentz has a job. Aaron Rodgers.
I thought Carson Wentz was a free agent.
Carson Wentz may be a free agent, but I can guarantee you this. Carson Wentz will get signed by somebody before Rodgers does.
Possible.
And what bugs me more than anything else, what gets me more than anything else, besides this jackass who comes in here every week with the same stupid spam ad. Bruh.
I'll take
Get a real job and quit trying to hack people's money, you punk ass bitch. Yeah, I said it. I don't care. I really don't care. I gotta deal with that shit on TikTok all the damn time. It's rather pathetic. Get off our Twitch. Best way I can say it.
Well, you'll see it in the chat, but it won't be in the Twitch chat because I just banned them.
But here's like the biggest thing. Rodgers is still, we're about close to the NFL draft, and Aaron Rodgers still doesn't have a job. We didn't get to talk about this one last night, but does that say more about Rogers or does that say more about everybody else?
I think it's more about A-Rod. I
Oh,
mean,
without question.
and is he trying to play the Brett Favre game here, where I don't know if I'm coming back and all this shit? I don't know.
You know what? Just because I'm an asshole and because Aaron Rodgers is like almost practically irrelevant to me, I'm gonna go back to Tyreek Hill because quite frankly, that's just still funny. I'm sorry.
Mhm.
But Mike McDaniel's calling out Tyreek Hill, comedy
You
gold.
guys see Tyreek Hill has a new baby mama? Jesus Christ, he's got 10,000 career yards and 12 children. The guy is as fast as a cheetah, and he's one of the best receivers in the NFL. But the man averages around one child every 800 yards. That stat tells you all you need to know. Tyreek is a great route runner, but he needs to work on his pullout game. And that's going to be the main focus of the Miami Dolphins during training camp. Did you
So I'm actually kind of curious. Now we're sitting here thinking about it. Now we actually know what the hell's going on. That being said, best receivers in the world, shitty quarterback. That's what I think about Tyreek Hill at this
Yeah.
point. Because he's throwing bombs and they're catching.
Hmm.
So it may be just one of those things where maybe Tariq should focus more on some other things other than trying to get himself his next baby mama or this baby mama or this baby mama.
Hmm.
I guess the biggest thing for me, it it's a somber kind of evening because obviously we had something big happen. I kind of feel like we want to just for the hell of it. Let's see, just for the fun. It feels like you kind of want to be able to see one, and I actually kind of want to see one myself. So, just for the sake of argument, let's go. Let me see if I can find one that's good. Nah, I don't like that one. I want to give this man his proper tribute, and I want to give this man exactly what he deserves. So, because of the fact that we're having such a good old time, March Madness is going on. His bracket is shit, but mine's is actually pretty good right now. I just checked it because I picked a 12 above a 5. But then again, I'm
Hmm.
pretty sure you picked did you at least pick a 12 in March Madness? Did you pick at least a 12 seed 2 events?
I picked UC San Diego. I had them in the Sweet 16.
Okay.
Um, I did not pick the Liberty Bibbities. Thank God they're down a ton to Oregon right now.
I feel like I am more stunned at the fact that Oregon even has a basketball team, considering they've been so hell bent on the football program. But
Yeah,
go ahead.
and I had Colorado. Colorado was actually favored in that game because Memphis had a bunch of injuries today coming into
Now,
today.
I'm actually going to give props to Colorado State. I'm going to give honors to the Rams. I am a former resident of Colorado State University. My sister, miss you, love you. Apparently, the Rams won for you today. Best way I can say it. And if you were up there watching their Lizard, they got you covered. No more shenanigans. They better not be Florida. That's all I'm saying. But it actually, I guess for me, it felt pretty good to be able to actually sit here and acknowledge Coloro's shit. No,
Mhm.
no, I am not playing it. Don't worry. We're not going to play it tonight. I promise you, unless we feel like it. I'm going to acknowledge Colorado State for actually going in there and sticking it out and actually just making it perfect for everybody. Just having a good old time when it was necessary. And these guys did. So I'm not going to just, I'm, I'm going to feel good about it because of the fact that they actually did exactly what everybody wanted to do. I mean, for Colorado State to actually beat Memphis. I had Penny Hardaway win it at least to the Sweet 16. Penny Hardaway led basketball team, gritted it out, toughed it out. I felt good about it. And Lobos to the Final Four. Oh no, Lobos, no, no. I think Lobos will probably make it to the next round and probably get eliminated at best. I don't see either. If it was the Aggies, it'd be a whole different story. If it was the New Mexico State Aggies, I would probably sit here and take you on now because these guys, I believe, made the national championship game like a few years ago. I could be wrong, but I think it was New Mexico State that actually sat here and got all the way to the national championship, or even close, at least to the Final Four, a few years ago on that one. My biggest thing though is, can your bracket be salvaged?
Well, I don't have anybody that I lost in the conference finals or finals,
so you still have a shot.
Yeah, and I have a champion. I have a champion that I'm sure that not many people have in the groups I'm in.
Okay, who's that?
I have Michigan State.
Actually, that's ironic. I have Michigan State.
Do you really?
I actually have Michigan State in my Final Four against Florida. My biggest thing, and my dear sweet princess, my favorite, my youngest daughter, she will actually sit here and have that too. And she should be celebrating right now because Florida did dominate today. And
but they didn't cover.
They may not have covered, but here's the thing.
Well, I had them minus 28. They won by 26.
Aw. Think about this for a second. Last time Florida was actually this damn good, where they won the SEC championship silently and they went on to win the national championship. Duke might want to watch out. Houston might want to watch out. Hell, Michigan State might want to watch out. This might not be the same Gator season. This might be a repeat of those beautiful, glorious 2006, 2007 Gators. I believe they had themselves a badass basketball team program led by Joakim Noah, if I'm not mistaken. One of my favorite guys who probably has one of my favorite dances because he's the only guy who can actually drop an F-bomb on national TV and nobody picked it up. But
was it in French?
No. It was during it was during the SEC championship after they won, and he's sitting there and he's dancing it up. I might have to bring it up, but I want to at least sit here. I want to do this one first, but I won't find that clip. I won't find it.
Had a busy day? My lean, mean, fat-reducing grilling machine is great to come home to. It lets you prepare hot, delicious meals in just minutes.
The Sears exclusive extra-large George Foreman grill has a variable temperature control that lets you adjust for the perfect cooking temperature. Low for fish and vegetables, then high for thick, juicy steaks. Food that's healthier, too, because its patented slanted design drains fat and grease into these trays and out of your diet. Because it cooks from both sides,
I feel like people are going to get hungry just from looking at this because I'm actually getting hungry, and I actually have a steak over here to my left. But I'm gonna try to see if I can find that Joakim Noah one. Let me see.
Well, you know who his father is, right?
Yeah, tragically, yes. And I only say that just because of the fact that.
Well, I'm only saying it because I know like this much of tennis.
Which actually bothered me a little bit. Like, could you imagine that kid on a tennis court? He would kill people just on principle.
Yeah.
There you go, Johnny boy. Here we go. Let's see they just played. Look at that walk.
I know.
Ladies and gentlemen, Joke of Noah. Ladies and gentlemen, Joke of Noah. Ladies and gentlemen.
They didn't. The bad news is that they didn't have the F-bomb, but the good news is that it was still damn good. Joe Kim Noah.
Yeah.
I don't see UConn do it. This is not the same UConn team that I expected it to be, so I don't really see that much happening on them. I think it's going to be a fun one. UConn's going to be actually pretty good, and I just look forward to a very high octane Sweet 16, and just because of the fact that we are having this thing, I know that there was something that was happening. As far as I know, almost every single WWE live show is literally either around the corner, the same weekend, or the same day as an AEW show. So, dude, please tell me if there is competition, because I'll tell you right now, AEW probably just stepped the game up. We got Swerve versus Mott's at Dynasty in a few weeks. We obviously got our two big championship matches, but people are still not sold on Jey Uso winning the title at WrestleMania against Gunther. Bear in mind, this will be only Gunther's second loss at WrestleMania, because obviously he lost the one last year with Sami Zayn. But I think if you're going to basically sell the Jey Uso story, put that strap on that fool, because the fact is you took the Intercontinental off him too quick, and then you just have him back in the damn midst that works for you. It doesn't work. It's not happening, and there are people that are probably not happy about it. I also, and this may give me some enemies, but I don't care. Put the title on Cena and have him facing Randy Orton. Call it a happy day.
Probably going to happen.
But I mean, honestly, I feel like that's probably what's going to happen. That's what's going to go down, and that's something that needs to go the way it goes. So, for me, it's kind of one of those things of where I just have to look at this from that big standpoint, because obviously we got WrestleMania, we got Stand and Deliver, we have Dynasty coming up, and the big one for AEW obviously is All In. And I'm just kind of really curious on how the rest of this year is going to go for TNA. Because obviously, we're going to have Ryan and Nick Nemeth versus the Hardys, possibly for the TNA Tag Team titles. We're probably going to end up having that. But then we have Joe Hendry, who may possibly get betrayed by Elijah, a.k.a. Elias. And that may end up happening. And, if any of these end up happening, tell the jagoffs who actually pay their wrestlers to cut me a few checks while they're at it, because I'm giving them show ideas.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're seeing, if you're like this novice wrestling fan, which you've already said you're trying to get back into it, if you're into that, what would get you back into watching? What is the one thing that may get you to finally go, you know what? I might actually watch this a little bit. Screw it. Let's see what happens.
Well, what got me away from it was the fact that I lost the storylines.
Right.
So that's what killed it for me. And with the morning show that I listen to here in Philadelphia, Preston and Steve, they have a wrestler in there every once in a while when they come to Philly, and you have that, and then you see them on the local news, and But I think what it takes for me is just sitting down and finding the time to watch.
I think that's really what it comes to everybody, especially with the fact that from what we see here, you have the main roster of WWE, you have NXT, you got AEW, you got TNA, and the fact that they are all firing on all cylinders at this juncture does sit here and make things interesting for a lot of people, mainly because of the fact that we're sitting here as a novice wrestling fan, they're probably not going to know what the hell is going on. But those who've at least sat here and caught a glimpse every now and again may sit here and be like, what the hell is that? like all the ones who basically watch it just because they want to see Roman Reigns over and over and over, they will love the hell out of it because, at least at this point, you almost have a chance to possibly see Roman Reigns, kind of like how it was tonight on SmackDown. But at that same token, you also got a chance there to see something good, something magical, something that will take whatever stress you're on and just say, fuck that shit. I'm just going to take it and run with it. What we are at right now is we're on that road to WrestleMania, but obviously the bumps in the road in that WrestleMania happen to be, what is NXT going to do? What is WWE? What is WWE going to sit here and just keep us built up in this? Because John Cena pulling that swerve is probably going to be the main story of everything. It's going to overshadow what Gunther and Jey Uso are doing. It's going to overshadow what the women are doing. It's going to overshadow all of it. Rhino, my brother, I miss you. We got to link up, brother. I promise you. I promise you. I'm going to buzz you after this one. Because I got to basically go out and sit here and enjoy myself anyway. I hope everything's going well for you, too. Hope all is well for you. My biggest thing has been, if you were going to sit here and you're going to try to get the novice wrestling fan in on this, give them something to actually get involved in. Everybody's going to hear about the whole John Cena this, John Cena did that, John Cena. Like, that's going to be your selling point. See people actually sit here and watch WrestleMania. It probably will. Without question. It will. But the thing is that those same people are going to go and actually pay attention to Swerve. The guy that WWE practically casted aside, said wasn't going to be much of anything, and he happens to become the first African American AEW champion a year ago. They're going to cast him off to the side, and look what Swerve's done up to this point. So, wait, did he just got my final test tomorrow? Red means go and green means, oh Lord, oh boy. OG, brother. If you have that many problems, treat it like NASCAR. Let's just put it like this. If you see some blinking lights behind you with sirens, either give us the greatest chase in history or pull the hell over.
And if you're behind a cop, treat it as a pace car at Daytona.
That works too. Treat it like a pace car. And when that cop pulls over the one they wanted, pew! Hey, from the NASCAR I've seen, that's exactly how it happens. Pace car gets out the way, and they're off. Boogie, boogie, boogie. Let's go racing, boys, if I'm not mistaken. I can't believe I actually remember that from Darrell Waltrip. God, Beth, I hate you so much right now. Just saying. Here's what it takes for me, because this usually is supposed to be like a wrestling one, but I'm kind of thinking we might have to take it up a notch, because this is March Madness, and this is the fun times, and we get to have some fun. We get to watch Joakim Noah sit here and be the dancing fool that he once was. We get to talk smack about Tyreek Hill, talk smack about Aaron Rodgers, and if Brock Purdy wasn't this like pretty boy who literally looks like the world, like the 40-year-old virgin, I'd probably talk smack about him right now too. But I feel like I want to do a little bit better. Next week, folks, the Aftermath returns. The United Aftermath. We were going to do a special pregame version of that one next Friday afternoon. We're actually going to be doing that one at, I believe, 3 specific. Yes, I'm going specific because apparently I told that to my daughter too. 3 specific. 6 p.m. Eastern. We're going to do a special pregame because it is the first game of the new season of the UFL. We got a pissed off Battlehawks team taking on a very pissed off Houston Roughnecks team, who they will start out. They will start out the new season of the UFL. Obviously, the usual suspects will be there. The Rock will be there. Danny will be there, and we love you so much, Danny. Just so you know, a lot better than The Rock. Sorry, not sorry. We'll have that going. Plus, later on that night, we will have ourselves another slamming. We'll have another slamming, stacking, and slapping show. Why the hell not? We're going to expand the horizons. talk a little bit of March Madness because I believe right about close to that time will probably be at the Sweet 16 moments, probably
Hmm.
about time next week.
Yeah.
And obviously, we'll be getting a little bit closer to WrestleMania. Just a little bit closer. And obviously, Dynasty will be right around the corner. We don't be talking about it all because I believe Stand and Deliver will also be on that horizon. I believe Stand and Deliver will actually be the following weekend. But hey, we're just going to have fun with it because we're going to be basically doing a lot of crazy stuff. Aftermath will actually move from its usual spot on Tuesdays. We're actually going to be doing Aftermaths on Wednesdays, the United Aftermath on Wednesdays, because obviously we got the UFL doing the Friday night games. So I'll be bouncing time between watching UFL games and attending my son's home games as he gets ready to sit here and lay the smackdown on some candy asses for Evergreen High School that season. I think I got all my shit nailed down. But Joe, what do you got anything you want to throw in there?
Yep. Tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock, I got also eligible.
It's the clutch pedal.
And
If he's gonna be this much of an asshole, I'm gonna do it right there with him. So I'm sorry, Joe. Go ahead.
I would probably do the same thing if, you know. But anyways, also eligible Saturday morning. It's my horse racing show on the Bleacher Brothers Network. It's on the Bleacher Brothers YouTube and X uh, and on their Twitch. We're going to be looking at 5 races on Saturday. We have the first 100-point races for the Kentucky Derby and Kentucky Oaks. Louisiana Downs has their, I mean, not Louisiana Downs, Fairgrounds has the final races of their leg of the Kentucky Derby and Oaks. You got a heavy favorite in Good Cheer in the Oaks, and I didn't get a chance to look at the Louisiana Derby yet. And also, we got racing from Turfway Park. I haven't looked at that yet either, but we'll look at those 4 races, and we're going to look at the return of the 3-year-old champion Sierra Leone, who runs in the New Orleans Classic tomorrow afternoon.
I don't know shit about horse racing, and I will be honest and say I don't.
Not a problem.
But if you need a Charlie Sheen knockoff, winning, you can send me a damn link, folks. We do this fun a lot, and we do have ourselves a good time a lot. However, we definitely want to be able to feel good. We want to have ourselves a good time, and we're all about it. Fans, if you want to jump in, feel free to jump over to our YouTube channel on in the bleachers. Definitely take a look at us on Facebook at Bleacher Brothers as well. Pay homage to all the shows that basically sit here and give you guys a good time. And Don Juan, I am damn sure hoping that Mrs. Don Juan is feeling better because she is my favorite person, and unfortunately, you're just a guy that basically I'm contractually obligated to fuck with on a daily basis. Rocket Reese, hope everything's well with you as well. And I have an obligation of my own that I have to sit here and honor because, quite frankly, it is called Happy Wife, or some crazy BS like that. But in any event, my best advice to all those who basically I have a guy married. Don't get married unless you know you're marrying your best friend. That's the best way I can put it. Folks, on behalf of my esteemed colleague Joe Quills, I am El Capitan, aka Capitez Ford, aka the Captain Ron Johnson. Well, again, we all here and in the bleachers and Bleacher Brothers like to send our thoughts, prayers, and condolences to the Foreman family. Break it. Win a Super Bowl. In this situation, you know what? I can't even with you right now, OG. I can't. Folks, it's been fun. It's been amazing. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. We will see you guys. Oh, let's see. Fine. Hell with it. We will. Joe, you feel like doing one last free agency tracker before the draft? Just for the hell of it. Why not? Because I'm pretty sure Aaron Rodgers ain't going to have a job that time either.
Yeah, we'll see who gets a job first, Carson Wentz or Aaron Rodgers.
There's it is, folks. So let's go for we'll shoot for Wednesday or Thursday. You guys will know if you haven't subscribed to either Bleacher Brothers or In the Bleachers. my suggestion, do it now if you want all the funny stuff that we pretty much do. If you happen to be on Twitch, go on YouTube, hit In the Bleachers. I will definitely be making sure that that link goes all over the place. Facebook as well, Twitch, Facebook, Twitter, even YouTube if you happen to do YouTube. Have some fun. Enjoy yourselves. I can also sit here and say, I've been drinking. But unfortunately, for y'all, it's been beer. So I'm about as stone cold sober as the next man. That being said, folks, this has been the Slammin', Stackin', and Slappin' show with the captain. We thank you guys for joining us tonight. Try to have yourself some fun. Try to behave yourselves. Try not to make it to the point where you gotta make a phone call to get bill money or beer money. We out of here. Goodbye. Mwah. And good night. Bang!
But the main thing is, you bunch of fuckers, despite the provocation from the cavalry, no fighting. Right? No fighting. No fucking fighting. No fighting. No fucking fighting! Good. Get the fucking...
All right, listen up, guys. We got this new wrestler, Trick Williams. We're trying to separate him from his current partner, Carmelo Hayes, and we need a theme song that's really going to deliver and give him that push as a single star. What are we thinking? I brought in my boy to lay down a beat, and I'm just going to let you guys decide the rest. So why don't you drop that beat?
Hey, Jessica. How's your beaver?
Good. Great. How's your beaver?
Busy as ever. Our characters had
Tides as I wave them goodbye, you can't swim tsunamis. This beat's getting flipped acrobatically, bitch, I'm catching bodies. Loaded up, I'm a son of a gun, pistol whipping everyone who is not in my caliber. Verbal bullets get to flying on automatic, you can dodge if you are not a challenger. I revolve around and orbit the earth, you not planted anywhere on my calendar. Smith's words in the West and on leap years, I'm out sniping these lines out in Africa. Desert Eagle, gas and chambers within your cerebral. Semi-democratic even, Mike Pence couldn't second or amend. Bars this lethal, fuck peace. They in the Middle East for the oil, root of evil, blood on the flag, they Bin Laden. So who's saying that it's not about the soil? I recoil cause I'm not one to politic. If I don't get voted in office, I'm done with the remix and paying these homages. Cause I don't see no other candidate fit for position with this type of confidence. Who came in the game off the bench and been killing these people and ain't got a scholarship. Just to be honest, when most of the comments is positive, negative feedback is fuel to achieve more accomplishments. Hoping they don't put a sock in it, please do the opposite, fan the flame. Fuck if they don't, I'ma add my own
I believe in Joe Hendrick. I believe in Matt Hardy. And I believe in Jeff Hardy. We have London and Paris and Tokyo, America, Scotland and Canada and Mexico. I believe in Joe Hendrick. I believe in the Hardys.
Stomp my heat, dump in the streets, jump, you don't want war. I knew the time when I was wanted by them Keystone cops for keeping the hardcore music in the streets so hot. We never focus on the don't haves, cause we have not. I put the focus on the vocab, now we have not. I brought the hood to the music game, corrupted the sound, and went from state to state with microphones busting it down. A lot of people really hate it.
And if you don't believe me, let me get it through your thick, fat skull with some simple math. See, normally if you go one-on-one with another wrestler, you got a 50-50 chance of winning. But I'm a genetic freak and I'm not normal. So you got a 25% chance at best to beat me. Then you add my boy Cole watching my back to the mix, your chances of winning drastically go down. See, at our match at Grand Slam, you got a 33 1/3 chance of winning, but I got a 66 2/3 chance of winning because everyone in New York knows you can't beat me. So Samoa Joe, you take your 33 1/3 chance minus my 25% chance, and you got an 8 1/3 chance of winning at Grand Slam. But then you take my 75% chance of winning, since we're